Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Sammer, along with my co-host, not Stank, and Poppy Latte, and you're watching The Loose Cannons, brought to you by Sauce and Wings, keeping the Tampa Bay area sauced up with the best wings, loaded mac, vegan and vegetarian-friendly options. Sauce and Wings, stay saucy. Find them on Twitter and Instagram. Give them a follow. They announce wherever they're going to be located every single day. Find them, pull up, eat that food. It's freaking phenomenal. And also brought to you by our friends over at For the Bay Clothing. They're from Tampa. They love Tampa sports, and they have nothing but Tampa sports merch. Bucks, Bolts, Race. Check them out, forthebayclothingco.com. This is one of their fucking lids. Unbelievable shit. They have a matching hat with this. It's freaking, or a matching shirt. Ridiculous. Check them out, forthebayclothingco.com. Use the code 4 TBLOOSE, and get 10% off your first order. I mean, come on, that's freaking awesome. They're going to also be out there this Sunday slinging merch while we're partying it up, doing live pregame show and watching the Saints get their asses kicked by the Bucs. Old school, What the Buc, legend, the podcast OG. Welcome to the show, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks again for having me on, gentlemen. Where is Stank tonight? Like, I knew something was missing, and I couldn't quite put my finger on it. It turns out it's Stank.
Yeah, I've suspended him this week.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Oh,
yeah.
well.
I've had enough of the PTSD.
Discipline matters.
I've had enough of it. I mean, just his actions have been detrimental to the team. The commitment is not there. So I don't need the distraction. So
listen, heavy is the crown. Me and Sammer have to make sure we protect the shield that is Loose Cannons. And Stanker was walking around barefoot in L.A., and then he started walking around barefoot in Tampa Bay. We have standards. You can't
it's
just
a good
walk
way to
around
get tetanus.
Yeah, exactly. So
what do you think he is, Wachula?
Exactly. This ain't no watch.
Wow.
So, if there's a chance I offended someone from Wachula watching this show, that's got to be like less than 1 point.
Listen, old school. You watch the show, we offend everyone.
That's true. You don't offend everybody. You're
episode.
equal opportunity offenders.
Yeah,
exactly.
It doesn't matter. You're fine.
Eric,
you're fitting in.
It's Saints week. It's fuck the Saints week.
I hear you.
What are your thoughts on this game, man? We got Jameis. We hate the Saints.
It's interesting. You guys have embodied so much hatred, and we've talked about this before when you've been kind enough to have me on your program. Part of getting older, we all know the story about the old bull and the young bull at the top of the hill. I think everybody knows that story. I'm the old bull now, so I'm a little bit more laid back when it comes to this stuff. I do enjoy the city. Sam and I were talking about it off air. I love the city of New Orleans. But believe it or not, despite that, I detest the Saints.
Yes.
I genuinely do. I especially detest Cam Jordan. I can't stand Cam Jordan. I don't ever wish injury on anyone. That's years of sport. It's just not only is it bad karma, it's just you're a bad fucking human if you do that. But I definitely want him busted in the mouth every one of the 61 or so snaps he's going to play Sunday. I would like him getting just a face full of the ground. And the secondary, they're a bunch of loud-talking, shit-talking punks. Now, here's the thing. If I were their coach and I could get away with having them pass interfere every play and dare the officials, I would do it too. But if no one else is going to do it, then it's just going to annoy the hell out of you. So I'm with you. I'm with you on it. I have not had any New Orleans food this week, which is rare for me out of respect for the rules. I don't think I've broken any of the rules. The only rule I may have broken, I did this for comedic effect. I do have a Saints jersey here. I was going to wear it on the show.
No. Explain it, though. Explain it before these people lose their shit, because it is a legit reasoning, but you're not wearing it.
You're a Buccaneer legend. Nope. Explain that.
You are not wearing the jersey, so explain why you even own these fucking colors first. I don't own anything gold or black together.
With the amount of jewelry you wear, all your shit's gold. You got your own personal
I
jeweler.
don't wear it with black. I just said no gold and black. Can't put them together.
Okay. So that jersey is a gentleman named Ronnie Gent, who I would have the fortune of having coached since he was 13. He's still a dear friend of mine. He's practically family. I told him when he suited up for a regular season game, I would buy the jersey of whatever team he suited up for. He had made it a couple of practice squads. He was a 4-time All-Conference USA tight end at Louisville. And he got into the Saints and suited up for a regular season game. I bought his jersey, wore it to that game over my other jersey, my fat ass with 2 jerseys on and a T-shirt, because fat guys wear T-shirts under jerseys if they're smart. And I told Sammer, I'm like, dude, it was really hot in the black jersey. He's like, yeah, dumb shit. You're wearing like 3 layers of clothing and you're fat. I was like, well, he's not wrong.
I didn't call you fat.
Yeah.
You added that part in yourself.
I added
just
that
said
for
you had
comedic effect.
too many layers, though.
Yeah, but so that's why I had that jersey. And someone had put something out on Twitter, like, do you own any other team jerseys? Expecting, I suspect, collectibles, which, makes sense, a Peyton Manning jersey or whatever the hell. That's the only one I got. And that's, that's the story there. But no, would I ever wear another team's colors? No. No.
Listen,
But
right.
but I also know that I enjoy going to New Orleans, and I'm sorry your trip didn't work out. You really got to go there for a game. It is amazing to see, and it's even more amazing when you win. Because believe me, I went for like 10 years where all we did was get our teeth kicked in, and it was still a great trip, right? You were mad that you lost, but you're like, well, fuck it, let's go drink.
Yeah.
Listen, I am impressed that they somehow figure out a way to get fans in there and play a football game while also like serving the hot and ready pizzas and not burning anybody. The ovens are kind of in the way. I'm not sure how they do it, but logistically, they're pulling it off over there at the Little Caesar Palace. So I'm all power to them, I guess. But explains that fire.
Oh shit. Indeed.
Pizza
listen,
oven
you had me
fiasco.
like Jerry Maguire. You had me at you hate Cam Jordan. I knew I loved Derek. Derek had
Can't stand
a
him.
special
Can't
place.
stand
The
him.
stupid magician look with the stupid mustache.
What the
And
fuck?
always
agree.
running his mouth.
Always talk about. We have the real goat. Like, wait, what? Super
listen,
Bowl compared to
And
seven?
nobody hates a guy who runs his mouth when he backs it up. I don't
back it
mind.
up.
I didn't hate when fucking Revis used to do the Revis Island thing. I didn't hate Chad Ochocinco listing out all the corners he was gonna destroy every single week. Oh, that's all fucking great. You back it up, talk your shit, man. But that motherfucker just talks shit to talk shit, and he doesn't do anything. I can't fucking stand him. I almost hate him as much as I hate Drew Brees. But
Hey guys,
go ahead, Latte. I hijacked
you
your
guys-
question.
No,
My
you're
bad.
good. You're good. Some people, on Twitter and Facebook, that weird place. I've been seeing,
You mean Meta?
Yeah. we want they want Mike Evans to go off for 100 yards and a couple touchdowns to prove a point. I just want Mike Evans to do one thing, and I'm hoping you guys remember this play, and hopefully you agree with me. Do you guys remember Mike Evans' rookie year?
You going to talk about the block when he blocked on the Bengal?
Yes, when he took
Yeah.
a Bengal and just picked him up. He took a grown man off the ground and just suplexed him into the. That's what I want him to do to Lattimore or Chauncey Gardner Jr. bitch, whatever the fuck his name is. Just, I don't care if Mike catches fucking 100 yards, gets 100 yards, and just put them into the dirt, like you said with Cam Jordan. Punch him in the mouth.
I don't know if I want that. I don't know if I want
I
that
want
from
that.
Mike Evans because.
I want that.
No offense to Mike, and I love Mike, and he's matured greatly since he's come into the league. But I don't want to test his hot-headedness in a game where we need focus.
That's a block. There's nothing wrong with that. It was a block. The Bengals one was a block.
But that could turn into extracurricular shit, and you don't need that kind of. You know how the refs work. Someone's going to retaliate. We already got Jensen in everyone's ear.
I got news for you.
I'm cool with Jensen
no matter what.
I know.
You didn't see Monday Night Football? He was doing that to fucking DK Metcalf.
I get it. I'm cool.
Little shitheads.
I am
Fuck those
cool.
corners.
I'm cool with Jensen doing all that shit for us. Let Jensen be the fucking dirty guy. Let's let Mike talk with his fucking with his actual on-field skills.
I know I always try and refocus us sometimes on the strategy that gets deployed, and one of the things that the Saints are going to have to do because they can't throw the ball downfield because their receivers are all banged up and shitty and Jameis isn't reliable, is they throw screens. Kamara, tight ends, they run bubbles. Now, we run a lot more screens than we had in the past as well. We run a lot of bubbles. If you really want to hit DBs, you bait them into a bubble and you let one of your linemen who's pulling out peel back on him. And you do it once, and you earhole the motherfucker. And he doesn't say another thing the rest of the game. You let Alex Kappa get out there in space and plant his ass, guess what?
That's the end of
That's night time. That's lullaby. So there's plenty of ways to do it, but this is one of the beautiful things about football. And football has fallen out of favor for 1,000 reasons, but guess what? It's still breaking records for people watching. I guess it wasn't such a big deal that someone knelt. But so they get to really sack up every play. Cam Jordan, run that mouth, right? Guess what? Every play you're going to have Jensen and Wirfs and everyone right in your grill. Every play. That's
Beautiful.
That's as good as it gets. I mean, that is absolutely beautiful violence right there. So I'm looking very forward to it, and I'm looking forward to it with just a surgical quarterback, right? So one of the things coming into this game, what are we, like third in the league at giving up sacks? I think we've given up 9 this year, right?
2.9%, yeah.
It's crazy, and that's not all on the line who's playing good football. In fact, we're playing exceptionally well.
Great
right?
football.
Brady is just smart. He knows where he wants to go with the ball. He doesn't test his luck. He gets rid of the ball. This is another concert that goes on back there. I love that last week he said they should have put up 50. Right. I love that every week he's like, man, motherfucker. Yeah, we won, but we could have won more. We could have won her. Like, cool, let's do that. Let's do more of that. I would love nothing more than to hang 70 on the Saints. Because you know who I hate more than any of the Saints players? And no one's talking about it.
Sean Payton.
That smug motherfucker Sean Payton.
Asshole face. You should have put his asshole face there instead of the number.
Yeah.
That's what you should have done.
I don't want his face on my pod anymore.
I would like him to lose so bad that he quits coaching. That's what I would like. I would like him to lose his house, everything.
Yeah,
I can't stand him.
We all hate the fuck out of that motherfucker. He is smug.
It's easy to hate him. He's an asshole. Yeah. He's a fucking piece of shit. He lost Michael Thomas by trying to fucking add on to us in a meaningless play just to rub it in. Fuck that guy.
That's football karma. See,
it is.
He screws with football karma.
He hasn't played since.
He hasn't played since.
No, wait. He did play in the playoffs.
Oh, he did. He did.
He played in the playoffs. He played in that playoff game.
And Carlton Davis straight up
stiff-armed him out of the league, basically. Listen, Derek, I know you love the fat guys. I know it's a point of emphasis for you. It's the guys you always want to draft.
Ryan Sucher again. He donated like $300 last night in super chats, Derek, and he's already started out with a $5 super chat. He says, "So good to see you, Derek. Your pod was always missed. I'm super thankful for this pod now."
Who is this?
Ryan Sucher.
Oh, Brian. Is it Brian or Ryan? With a B?
Brian Schucher. He's
Shucker. Yeah, it's B-Shuck. B-Shuck. I know B-Shuck. How you doing, man? It's good to see you, brother.
Oh, so no, you told us how to say his name right. Thank you. Sorry.
Well, he used to go by B-Shuck. It's all good. Comes up from South Florida. He's a fantastic guy. It's good to hear his name. I haven't seen him out at a game in that forever.
Dude just kept putting his dick on the table yesterday. Donated like $100 super chat, $100 super chat, $50. It's like, Jesus, bro.
That's awesome.
$100. Go ahead. Sorry, Sammer.
I was gonna say, I know you're a big, a fat guy fan. So in this game, I feel like the only thing that the Bucs, not the only thing, but a really important part of this game is what happens on between the fat guys. I wanted you to tell our viewers what you think should happen between the Bucs O-line, the Saints defensive line, what we should be looking for, what you think they'll be doing, and how this is going to play out down in the down in the mud.
Well, I mean, the Saints front seven really is a front two. They've got role players who do what they're told, which is good, right? Because then they're going to be where they're supposed to be. One of the challenges is when you have too many rock stars, they freelance, right? And when they freelance, and Sapp used to say this all the time, right? The eye in the sky doesn't lie. If you're in the wrong gap, it doesn't matter how fast you got there. In fact, Gerald McCoy did this a lot, and I loved Gerald, don't get me wrong, but he freelanced too much. And so he wasn't in his spot. Mm-hmm. Every once in a while it would work out. He'd get a great sack or a great play, but quite often he left someone else out to dry. The Saints guys don't do that. They may not be 100 on the skill level, but they're going to do their 69, 73 skill level every time in the right gap, letting Jordan and Davenport be better players, right? They are. Listen, I don't like Cam Jordan either. He's not a bad player. He's a good player. He's not as good as he seems to run his mouth for, and Davenport can be freakish at times. The thing that's amazing as a Bucs fan, and whoever is on the bus now, if you've been there for a while, enjoy every goddamn minute of this. This team can impose its will every play, every single play. And so when I look at this fat guy thing, this is a dominant line with dominant skill positions. And so if you know that Cam and Davenport are who you worry about, I'm never one that I don't run away from a motherfucker in football, right? I run at speed. So you pound speed. You make that guy not want to try and take the edge. So I would expect to see the Buccaneers do that, right? With Fournette, pound them with Fournette. Now, Tom won't let us do that very often, right? He wants to throw the ball. And guess what? I don't care what their DBs think. They can't cover our receivers, even with AB out, right? They just can't. So I do think the fat guys set the tone. They keep Tom's jersey clean, and Tom keeps his jersey clean by being smart. The secondary thing is interesting because this plays into the fat guy rule. Time to throw puts pressure on the secondary. We saw the inverse of this. When you didn't have time to throw, all hell breaks loose. In defense, man zone, everyone gets the difference. But when you look at the play, if you're at the game, it's easy to do. If they're giving you cushion, Tom Brady takes the cushion. That's just how it goes. The game can become completely predictable when you watch someone like him play. Because if you're going to stand 10 yards off, he's going to throw underneath you all day. As soon as you creep someone up, he's going to go over the top of you. But watch the safeties. And I'll tweet it all the time. If you guys follow me on Twitter, if they're in double high, which they should be most of the game, they have to keep one safety on Mike's side of the hash. If they go single high and they cheat us, or they cheat a second safety in, and we run a tight end to the post in the middle to draw that safety in, Mike or whoever is outside is going to go what's called cross face. They're going to cross the face of the corner, and it's 9 route. And Tom will just drop it in a bucket all day. I don't see a team, barring injury, right now that can keep up with this offense. And what happened last week is the defense started coming around. And I don't know how they're doing it. JPP is playing like RoboCop. I don't know how his arm even works, but last week was his best game ever.
Torn shoulder, torn finger, like what the
I have a partial tear in my rotator cuff. I don't even want to masturbate. It's ridiculous, right? This guy he's got like his arm hanging off and he's beating quarterbacks. You're welcome. You're an R-rated show. It doesn't matter, Sammer. So
there's nothing wrong.
I just didn't expect you to say it. I was just shocked.
I can relate, man. You know,
I'm like old school. You got 2 arms, bro. What's
yeah, but it's lefty. It's weird. It feels like someone else.
I don't like the switch. Switch is weird.
I use both always at the same time. I've always been that.
But you look at this and it's just crazy. And then you got freaking defensive backs whose names are written in Sharpie coming in, and they're playing like all pros. This is what happened towards the end of the season, especially in the playoffs. The defense all of a sudden cranked it up. They're starting to crank it up early this year, and I'm glad I put a bet down this year. Like I'm glad. I'm stupid I didn't do it last year, But
did you see that post by Dan Orlovsky today? It was yesterday or today. So he basically did like Baldy's breakdowns, like a breakdown film, and it was a play. It was the shot that he took to Mike Evans, and they were playing single high, just like you said. They played single high, and he was cheating towards Mike's hash, but he's like, man, Brady is so fucking surgical. Like he's just so tight with his technique. It's textbook. He came up and he goes, most quarterbacks as they're hitching, they're already looking at Mike, or they're already looking who they're throwing.
No, he held that guy. He held him the whole time.
He's holding him the whole time, and as he's hitching in one motion before the safety can even say, shit, it's gone. And it's just like, how do you defend that? How do you defend that? You can't.
No, you can't.
You said another important piece, because this secondary has beat up our receivers over the last 3 years, 4 years. They have gotten the best of Mike and Godwin, et cetera. But time to throw. Last year was a whole nother ball game, right? Brady was learning this offense, getting comfortable in this offense. This offensive line, I mean, there's been some pockets this year that look comical. Where it's like, Brady, it's like 12 feet of space, and he's
looks like
flat-footed.
Looks like a scrimmage. Looks like a scrimmage. Like they're not even allowed to touch him. Like that's how ridiculous they looked.
With the man coverage and key thing that you said, time to throw. I don't think it's going to be the same story this week or this year as far as the way they bully Mike and stuff. Because if you're going to play man and you got that kind of protection for Tom, good luck.
If they try to press, they will regret it, right? And that's what they've done in the past. They've been like, okay, we're gonna press and we'll take a call here and there. We'll give up some yards. This year they haven't been taking a lot of penalties. I look quickly at the stats. We're way more penalized than they are. But Arians is smart. Arians will work the officials. And have them paying attention to it. And we do a lot more motion. We also we vary who goes into the slot a lot more, and you can't press on the slot. So you're getting a free release from the slot. It really is chess, and we have a lot more pieces. And one of the things you can be afraid of is the letdown. And we always seem to have that coming out of the half. Like we will do well, and then we'll have a little bit of a letdown or whatever. And I think the team does believe they can turn it on whenever they want to. And that sounds super arrogant. And there's going to be a Saints fan out there saying, hey, Bucs fans, you just won last year. Stop being so arrogant. Guess what? Fuck you. Kiss the ring, right? But the talent level is there. And that freaking line, man, they're earning every one of the dollars. And I hope everyone who gave Donovan Smith shit for so long,
thank you,
would please just line up to kiss his big ass, right? Because he didn't just get good, everybody. He's been good. He had problems you expect for a left tackle when they come in. Their clock is too short, right? But he also had a quarterback in Jameis, and I'm not going to trash Jameis here. I like Jameis as a human, all that other stuff. I know that I'm an outsider in that. Jameis extended clocks, which could be a double-edged sword. When you extend a clock, you leave your offensive line out swinging in the wind, right? Donovan Smith has been good. He is still good. When you have 5 of them that play together, they get exceptional, and that's what we have, and we are very fortunate to have it, right? And Tristan Wirfs,
oh my God,
he's an alien.
Shut the fuck.
He's an absolute alien.
Unreal. The thing about this game that I don't think even Bucs fans don't really fully realize is the 2 times that we played them last season in the regular season, we were playing with a quarter of a deck of cards. We didn't Tom even didn't understand fully what he was doing. He didn't know his hot routes. Mike didn't know what Tom liked on the hot routes. No one knew what the fuck they were doing. And we still kind of hung with them and probably could have won that first game. Second game, it was horrible. We couldn't protect Tom. These guys know what Tom likes. Tom knows where everyone is going to be. If there's pressure, you can tell Tom already knows where to go with the ball or where to throw it in the dirt. He already has it. It's all figured out. We're going with a totally different set of options from Tom, the wide receivers, the running backs, and we have Gronk operating like in full sync with Tom, like fucking prime Gronk. It's not gonna be the same. And what we saw in that playoff game is just kind of what we're gonna see, but on a totally different level because this team is better. This offense has had its lulls, like you talked about, but this year you can tell they are a totally different machine. And I don't think they're gonna have a lull in this game. This one's been circled for a while. I mean, Coach Arians, when he was on our show, he kind of hinted that they wanted to send a message in that playoff game as it relates to this season and the South.
I'm going to run it back for Derek.
Like,
I'm run it back for
this isn't just a regular game to these guys. I know it's a divisional thing, but they knew that they lost 2 in a row last year. They don't forget, and this is a big deal. They're not going to take their foot off this gas. Even if they score 70 points, they're not going to give a fuck.
The best thing a Bucs fan can hope for is see Blaine Gabbert.
Oh, yes, we're going to see him.
We got to get your prediction. We have a new format now, Derek. It's
okay.
Your score prediction and when does Blaine Gabbert enter the game.
Okay.
What the hell was I gonna say? I'm tired, guys. Yeah. Go ahead, Sammer. Bloop.
Oh, well, okay. Well, I'm gonna go.
And I'll pass it to Sammer.
Unless you guys want me to play the Bruce Arians quote really quick for the people in the chat and for Derek. Yeah, I'll play that.
If you want, I was gonna read some super chats too. You have to turn it up, though. Gonna have to turn it up.
Everybody was embarrassed from the game here. And it was by far our worst game of the season. The first one, I don't even count. We didn't half of us didn't know what we were doing. But this one was, it's this do or die, man. You're going home. I don't give a shit if it's the Saints or who it is, but it just happened to be the Saints. And we needed to send a message back to them about the division next year.
Yeah. And right now with the Panthers falling apart and Atlanta being Atlanta, this is the chance to really put your foot in the neck of the division and cement what started in the playoffs last year and set it as a trend, right? 1 point doesn't define a vector. So you come out there and you stomp them into the turf in their own hometown and you really send a message. And, we haven't talked about the fact that the Saints offensive line isn't exactly super healthy either.
No, they just lost Andrews Pete just tore his pec, so they're missing a starting guard.
So you throw a defensive line in our side that, despite the injuries and robo arm of JPP, is playing really good football. Vita? All of a sudden, listen, another one. If we could combine Vita and Tristan Wirfs in some sort of a superhuman, I think we could take over the entire world.
Agreed. And that's what I had lost my track of thought, Derek, but I wanted to get your thoughts on that. Offensively, the Saints are not this. I mean, no Michael Thomas. I don't know who's playing at receiver. That's not an insult. I'm not trying to, it's fuck the Saints, but I legitimately who's playing receiver? We can literally just kind of bracket Kamara, which is easier said than done. He's very slippery. He breaks a lot of tackles, but we have Levante David back this week. Mm-hmm. And I just don't see them hanging like this team. It's quicksand, right? It's a volcano. Eventually the dam's going to break. You can't hold this team scoreless. So they can't go ping pong with us. I don't think so. I'd love to get your thoughts on it, but they can't go tit for tat with us. It
can't be a shootout. If it's a shootout, they lose. And the Saints right now, listen, as much as I hate Sean Payton, he's a really good coach. I just hate the smug fucker. And he's doing what he can do. He doesn't have the weapons at most of the skill positions, but Alvin Kamara is a unique weapon. They went out there and got Ingram, who is an incredibly good journeyman back, right? He is a bruiser. He's going to do his job. He doesn't miss blocking assignments. So he'll help in pass protection. He'll also spell Kamara. And so the thing with this becomes what the Bucs have actually done pretty well most of the time this year. They've had a couple of lapses. Edge contain, tackle, and rally. That's what you do, right? You don't try and get fancy. You force them back to help. Then you pile on them. That's what you do. And Kamara makes his money breaking tackles. Don't let him do it. You don't have to bring him down by yourself, but make him drag your ass 30 yards. That's harder, right? And so if they stick discipline like that, getting Levante back is huge. Levante's discipline is solid. Devin White, I mean, again, talk about a home run. Ridiculous. And listen, anyone who's not watching what Minter's doing coming in here has not been watching football.
He almost had an interception on the fucking tip.
Dude, he's getting great minutes. He's getting great minutes. He's giving them – and this is what – when you get an opportunity, either because you've chosen to because you're doing great or because of injury, to develop those layers behind the surface, that makes championship teams.
Yeah. Right,
because you're going to have injuries. And if you don't have injuries, all of a sudden now when you're rotating your people, when you're platooning your people, your drop-off, instead of it being 10% drop-off, it's a 5% drop-off. And then the guys you're playing are like, Jesus Christ, it's not even the same guy in front of me. He's still kicking my ass. That's, as Bucs fans, I don't know how long this window is, right? I just don't. I went on record early and saying I've got Brady to 50, right? And then all of a sudden other people started talking about it. And just saying, I said it pretty early. Our line is young, guys, with the exception of Jensen, and he is a robot too. He's angry enough. I think he gets an extra 3 years of play.
Yeah.
But we've also got depth behind him. I don't want him going anywhere because I want a guy like that on my team. He's like Ali Marpet's dad. I don't know if you've ever met Ali Marpet's dad. I would suit Ali Marpet's dad up right now, right? He's just tough, or he looks tough. I've never seen him in a fight, but I bet he could fight. Anyway, this is a big window.
To be an old lineman, though. But.
He's not in today's football. But I'll tell you what, he'll put some clam diggers on and go out there and hit somebody.
Yeah.
But you look at the rest of this team and it's relatively young. You got a couple of outliers. JPP's got a bunch of years underneath him. But by the way, we drafted a guy who's very JPP-like and is getting great minutes. And when he's out there, he's not making rookie mistakes. It is a fun time to be a Bucs fan, guys. It just is.
You didn't even mention the secondary. They're all
I
fucking
didn't.
young.
They're all young and they're all getting better.
They're all young. I mean, everyone gave Jamel Dean a bunch of shit after the first 2 weeks of the season, us included.
By the way, offensively as well, Tyler Johnson, Scotty Miller. It's come on.
The team is honestly, they're young in all the positions that matter. And you know what? You bring in a rookie center, whatever fucking round you draft him in, if he's got enough anger in him, I think Ryan Jensen will fucking teach him the ropes just enough. And he's the guy that you want on your he's like an AQ Shipley. You keep him throughout his fucking older years.
Until he can no longer move, you keep him. Because exactly.
His mentality, his aggression, the way he plays ball you want that on your fucking team. But I was going to go back to the point you made about Kamara, and it's important. The key part to having Levante is that the Saints run their entire offense through Kamara. Sean Payton, we hate him. Just like you said, we fucking hate him, but he's a fucking good play caller. He's a good schemer. He's a good head coach. As much as I fucking hate the guy, I just hate his face. It's not about his play calling. He's fucking, I mean, other than the time where he decided to pitch the ball to fucking, to Reggie Bush when he could have just fucking need it and the Bucs ended up winning the game because he fumbled it. Other than that,
I was there.
Yeah, other than that, he makes a couple little mistakes here and there, but he's really a good coach. So he understands what he has. He has Jameis. Let's make sure he doesn't throw the ball more than 25, 30 times a game. Let's run the ball. Let's run the entire offense through Kamara.
Did you say 25 to 30 times a game? He's throwing it like 17 times a game, bro.
Sometimes 17. I know. I think the max is up there, though. So us being able to stop the run, being that it's our fucking forte, it's what we do, stopping their fucking bread and butter, is just going to force Sean Payton to make a decision. Am I going to now put this game in Jameis's hands? Am I going to allow Jameis to press? Because if they can't keep up with us, they eventually have to pass the ball, right? They can't just run the ball when they're down fucking 14, 17, 21 points. You eventually got to throw the ball, which is not what Sean Payton wants. Jameis probably wants it. And what has Jameis done his entire career? When he was a Buc and he played at home, there was a reason he had bad numbers at home. He pressed. He wanted to make sure that Tampa fans liked him and saw the value in him being the guy. And he pressed, and it led to mistakes. I want to see if that Jameis is still there. Because I have a feeling he probably is.
One of my favorite quotes about Jameis of all time is because, listen, we all became emotionally attached to the kid. I wanted to see him succeed. We drafted him. Absolutely. I wanted to see him fucking succeed. I really did. I defended the fuck out of him for 5 years. It hurt sometimes because people said I was fucking crazy, Derek. You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
I'm telling you, he's good. And they're like, you're fucking dumb. No, he's not. So,
and he teased us. He teased us like a motherfucker. I hated it.
One of my favorite quotes about Jameis is he wants to throw 5 touchdowns with every attempt.
Yeah.
Like he wants to throw 5 touchdowns every time he throws the ball, and you can't play like that. So you mentioned Levante David, Sammer. It's interesting because everybody says the matchup, and I heard Ledger talking about this. The matchup is Kamara versus Devin White. Kamara versus Devin White. I think John might be onto something. The fact that we get LD54 back, you put Kamara, you put LD on Kamara, and you let Devin do what he does.
Mm-hmm.
You blitz the fuck out of him with that tandem with Vita Vea in the middle, blitz him up the middle, get Jameis off a spot, and make Jameis fucking do Jameis shit. Pirouette, 360. I'm gonna evade this tackle, and then I'm gonna fucking throw a bomb into triple coverage.
But it's not a bad idea though to have Devin be the guy that stays on Kamara because he's got a little bit more foot speed than Levante, and you're not expecting Levante to be the guy who's blitzing.
Levante's not blitzing the way Devin does, bro.
I know that,
blitzing.
but that's where I'm going though. You don't expect Levante to blitz. You have a guy who's not exactly the fastest fucking quarterback back there. It wouldn't be a bad idea to switch their roles and let Devin be the guy who's out there in coverage because he is faster. He's faster than I love Levante. But having them both there to stop the run and
Kamara's
focus
a
on him.
4-7 guy, bro. I'm not worried about him.
He's shifty, dude. I'm telling you. Levante's missed tackles against Kamara. Even Devin has.
You don't get open with speed when you're a running back. You get open with cuts, right?
Yeah.
It's true in almost every route. It's not the speed you run. It's the speed with which you cut. You change direction because they don't know where you're going. Levante has historically been really good in coverage. Devin was a liability, then got really good till the end of last year. Like, I don't know whether he took a coverage pill or something, but all of a sudden, he was fantastic at it.
Yeah.
And his athleticism is off the charts. But I can't remember where I read it. I read it somewhere where Todd was saying, you get Levante back, and all of a sudden you have the flexibility you guys are talking about. And it doesn't have to be, all right, we're in this mode. Devin, you're going to be the guy blitzing. Because those guys have played together so long, they have tremendous flexibility. So he won't necessarily know who's going to go out in coverage. Now, the other thing that they will do, I guarantee you there'll be at least one mouth-breathing clown on Twitter who says we should never do it. They're going to utilize zone blitzing. Todd leverages zone blitzing because it's smart. You may wonder yourself, why do they have a fat guy back in coverage? That's so stupid. It's called a zone blitz because it screws up your blocking assignments and it creates pressure. If it doesn't work, you do look stupid. That's why it's called a risk. If plays were guaranteed to work, we wouldn't play the fucking games. Right? But you got JPP, who is just otherworldly intelligent when it comes to a defensive lineman. I'm sorry, he's a linebacker, whatever, in coverage. So when he drops back into the flat, that's when he was getting picks and tips with one hand. The guy's like just, Velcroing the ball with that club.
He had 2 picks last year like that.
It's stupid.
Almost 3.
But it's his football IQ. It's his football. He knows, he sees the lineman moving, and he's like, fuck that. I don't care what I'm doing. I'm getting back into this flat zone. And all of a sudden the quarterback doesn't expect him there, and they drop it. Todd Bowles has an opportunity against a quarterback who, like you said, listen, last public service announcement, I love the kid. I love his humanity. I love his heart. I wish him well anytime he plays other than against us. And against us, I want him to throw 6 interceptions, and I want his team to lose by 150 points. Right? Todd Bowles will have fun with this, right? Because they don't have great receivers. Our defensive backs who are injured and learning, who could be considered a liability, will have less risk against those guys. So we can become a lot more flexible. We can become a lot more dangerous. It's like having an automatic 2-score lead. Why is it so much fun to have a 2-score lead? Because you can do more shit. So I'm looking very forward to it. And it's, again, cocky, arrogant, you Bucs fans, you're going to get your comeuppance. Listen, I sat through that fucking shitty stadium enough times and got my teeth kicked in. And you know what? I want a good, solid run where we're doing the kicking. I want to be the hammer, not the nail.
And you know what? I sat in that stadium sweating my ass off, Derek, watching Saints fans dance all the way down the fucking concourse. So kiss my ass. I'm enjoying the fuck out of this. But you put your dick on the table, Derek. You said Todd's going to have fun. Is like Todd's just going to have fun this weekend. That sounds incredibly.
Well, think about
with all the credit we give Sean, which Sean Payton, it's not like we're friends. Sean and I don't drink, but Sean Payton, the coach, we give him credit because he deserves it. People need to put respect on Todd's name too. This is a brilliant coach.
We broke the Chiefs. We broke them.
They're still broken.
Broke them.
The thing people don't realize is that when Todd Bowles faces you a second time, he knows how to attack you. He's seen you once. He's got you. All right. He's seen Jameis. He understands who Jameis is. He knows what Jameis
He's
is.
seen Jameis through
Okay.
not just games, practice.
That's what I mean. He's seen Jameis. When it fucking matters, he knows what Jameis doesn't like. BA knows what Jameis doesn't like. Everybody on the fucking Bucs staff that was here when Jameis was here knows what Jameis doesn't like, knows what makes Jameis uncomfortable, knows how to press Jameis, knows how to push Jameis. This is very similar to what John Gruden faced the fucking Raiders in the fucking Super Bowl. He knows what makes this guy tick. We saw what Bill Belichick was able to do to Tom Brady. Maybe Tom Brady's emotions were a little bit high, played into it, rainy night. But Bill Belichick knew how to play and how to face Tom and make Tom think a little bit longer each snap.
Yep.
You don't think we have something ready for fucking Jameis? He's not Tom Brady. Todd Bowles is going to have fun. So is JPP. So is fucking Shaquille Barrett, who doesn't like him. So is fucking Tryon. They're all going to have fun.
Pump the brakes there, Chief. What do you mean he's not Tom Brady? I saw Corey on Twitter say that they're playing very similar football.
I gotta ask a question. Like,
Love you, Corey.
How much of that is real and how much of that is just?
He was dead serious.
No, that's dead serious. Real. That's real.
He said that they're both the same quarterback. They've been great game managers, except one is leading the league in every fucking passing category possibly, and double or triple the fucking stats that fucking Jameis has. But because they both have 3 picks, they're the same game manager. Get the fuck. He's managing to win games. That's what Tom's doing.
Two of Brady's picks. One was a Hail Mary, and one was like 2 of them were bullshit. I know one was a Hail Mary, and another one was some retarded shit. There was another one. The one was a legitimate pick, but other than that, that's pretty much it. But yeah, in case you missed that, Brady's a game manager.
Hey, he's managing to whoop the shit out of every opponent we face. That's fine by me. Manages to do that every fucking week. I'm happy with it. If this is a game manager,
Here's the
I'll
thing.
take him all day.
Next time you have some sort of a injury, a discharge you can't recognize, go to Twitter and ask for medical advice. That's like going to Twitter and asking for sports advice, right? I mean, that's the reality. When you crowdsource shit, guess what? That's the quality control. I'm not saying Corey's a bad dude or he's an idiot or anything like that. I don't know Corey personally that well. All I know is that that's just a bad take. We've all had bad takes, right? We've all had them. You do this long enough, you're going to say some shit that makes you look stupid. Ed Gant. Ed Gant was my biggest one. I thought Ed Gant was going to be the next great receiver the Bucs had. I thought they had a steal. He's like 6'6.5", fast. And in training camp, he looked like a machine, and he just couldn't do shit. But it's not quite as dumb as saying that Tom Brady's a game manager. He ran out of fingers for Super Bowl rings. Game managers don't do that.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
He has to get toe rings now. That's what has to happen.
He could just get his ear
Super Bowl piercings.
Hang them.
Super Bowl you just don't know.
Nipple piercings with those giant Super Bowl rings hanging there?
Solid.
That'd be a solid look.
I like it.
That'd be a solid look. Or just
they would poke through a T-shirt too.
Have your testicles taken out and just put 2 Super Bowl rings in there. Just let them fucking dangle down there. That's what I would do. Fucking imagine. Everyone's like, dude, you hear that? It sounds like a bunch of what's all that metal clinking around?
Change in your pocket?
Oh,
no,
that's
rings,
Tom.
bitch.
Tom's upstairs on the treadmill.
Imagine going through TSA.
Oh, it's my balls. What, sir? It's my balls.
Get a handful, bro.
My Super Bowl rings are down here, motherfucker. Holy shit. Yeah, that's my 02 and my fucking 07. Sorry. Listen, old school. Before we let you go, man, I know we're a little shorter show than usual, guys. We want your score prediction. And remember, new format, score prediction and when Blaine Gabbert will be donning the field.
34-13, 3 minutes and 46 seconds in the fourth quarter.
Left in the fourth quarter or into it?
Left in.
Okay.
I don't think Tom comes out early. Listen, Tom Brady comes out when Tom wants to come out, right? I mean, let's not pretend otherwise.
He wanted to savor that win against the Bears. You could tell he wanted to be in there till he didn't have to be. He wanted to savor that one. All right.
But yeah, 34-13.
King coming in with a $50 super chat. You guys are fucking gangster this week.
$50, dude. Dude, I'm telling you.
Nice.
It's the fuck the Saints energy. We fucking live it all year round, but there's those 2 weeks now that we just fucking bring it all the way out.
Guys, we're doing a Fan Friday tomorrow too, right?
I know, 3 shows in a row. And we got a live pregame
Friday?
From our Halloween watch party on Sunday at...
Who is joining us tomorrow?
Tomorrow, Friday, we're hanging out with my boy Jamal.
He's
coming on there.
I have no idea.
Somebody else. I can't remember who it is, though. I don't know, man. We'll announce it tomorrow. Who cares?
I bet they'll be great, whoever they are.
Yeah, they'll be fine. Maybe Stank will join us.
You guys want to knock out real quick Poppy's Pick'em tonight or knock them out tomorrow?
Nah, we'll do it tomorrow, man. We'll do it tomorrow. Yeah, we'll do tomorrow. Hey,
Cool.
don't forget, guys, this Sunday, Bootleggers Brewing Company in the same plaza across the street from Top Golf. We're doing a Halloween watch party. You have to be registered so you get the bracelet for the buy one, get one beer special. You got to register. It's really easy. It's fuckthesaints.eventbrite, BRITE.com. That's the fucking link. I'm not joking. I'm dead serious. It is fuckthesaints.eventbrite.com. It's free. Register however many people you have. You have to register for each person. That's a free ticket. That gets you your bracelet. They have an amazing fucking venue. They have a 150-inch screen outside. We have a 150-inch screen inside. We have TVs everywhere. 30 by 50-foot fucking patio. And we've got Wingbox Tampa out there swinging wings out there. We got For the Bay selling their merch. I mean, it's going to be amazing. And we're going to do a live-streamed pregame show from the spot and a Halloween contest. And, hey, we're doing a 50-50 raffle. We got 2 amazing fucking items. Amazing fucking items. We have a signed SMB jersey. It's not a fucking screen printed. It's stitched, motherfuckers. And you know that guy who did this? We have a signed Antoine Winfield Jr. jersey as well. We have 2 phenomenal items that we're going to be 50-50 raffling. Money obviously goes to charity. Whoever wins, you can choose to give it back or you get to keep it. Who cares? It's up to you. It's your choice. Most people give it back, but do whatever you want. Either way, it's fucking amazing items that we're going to be
follow your heart.
Yeah, awesome stuff. It's going to be a fucking blast. It starts at 3 o'clock. Get out there. Stanker is probably going to be doing a 40-yard dash against some old dude who's coming in from a nursing home. I don't know if that's been confirmed or not. He's probably going to be barefoot. You want to see Stanker dressed up as a pirate? Dude, it's going to be crazy. It's Halloween. It's family friendly. Bring your kids out. If your kids are going to fucking trick or treat, tell them to fucking shut up till the fucking halftime. You could probably go home at that point. It'll be like 25.
Shoot the puck, kid. My son is bringing candy. No weird stuff. Just bringing candy, for the kids.
Yep.
Trick love kids.
Yeah, we got live music. It's going to be awesome, dude. I want to see all you fuckers out there. Yeah.
You get to see it live. You get to see the fuckery live. We're doing a live show. You can jump on the mic with us.
Jump on the mic with us, man. We'll kick Stank off the fucking table. It doesn't fucking matter. He's never here anyway. Who gives a shit? Who knows if he'll even show up?
Is he even in the fucking chat tonight?
He was in here trying to, make a case for himself, but everyone's like, yeah, just bring in old school. We'll just replace Stanker with old school. It should be easy.
I wear shoes too often.
He's got more hair, and he at least grooms his beard properly. He connects it the right way. Yeah.
I mean, look, it's faded. A beautiful beard.
Hey, old school.
Yes, sir.
Eric, fucking love it, man. Thank you so much for hanging out.
Thanks for having me. Always a good time.
Can't wait to have your meat.
Yeah, I can't wait to have your meat.
We will definitely set that up. We'll get it. We'll get it.
I've already had his meat in my mouth. It was glorious. Smoked.
There's always room for more meat in your mouth.
Always.
Yep.
Go Bucs.
Like Johnson in the slot. You never have enough of that. Hey, guys, everyone, thank you for watching. Thanks for the super chat donations. We love all of you. Thanks to the chat. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Leave a comment. See you guys tomorrow. Fan Friday is going to be epic. Fuck the Saints. Fan Friday.
Hey, Cup of Latte tomorrow. I haven't done it in a couple weeks. I'm doing Cup of Latte live on the fucking show, okay? It's coming back.
A Fuck the Saints Friday is coming up, baby. Go Bucs.